Better be.
There's a minor tie-up on the North Long Beach right near Henry Ford. A couple of cars have tangled in traffic there. Shouldn't take too long to get this to the shoulder. It's a very simple affair. No injuries involved. Shouldn't cost you more than a couple of minutes, though, if you're heading northbound on the 710. I'm Stacy Vinn for Metro Traffic Control.
Now, how about that? That was exciting, wasn't it? Yeah. Now, let me ask you something. Why was that exciting? Now, think real hard, because we're not the only ones watching this. See, we're filming this for schools all over the country, so you don't want to sound real dumb or anything, you know. So, see, over there, there's our cameraman, so let's wave at him so we can get that out of the way and get on with what we're going to talk about. Hi, Mom. All right, good. Now, I know you enjoyed that film, but why did you enjoy it? Anybody?
There's a lot of action.
That's right. That's very good. It was exciting. But before I give you the answer that's going to get you an A, I want you to take a look at one more film. Watch this. What'd you think of that film? It wasn't so much fun, was it? No. Now, the reason that the first film was fun was because it was Hollywood illusion. It was staged, wasn't it? Yeah. I make a nice living creating that sort of make-believe, so I can't knock it. So, you liked it because it was exciting, wasn't it? We like car crashes and car chases because they do create excitement. And excitement is created because there is a sense of danger. Now think about that. Whether you're playing it for laughs or for drama, filmmakers create excitement by creating a sense of danger. And cars moving at high speeds are dangerous. Now, you didn't seem too happy with that next film, did you? Tell me why. Yeah.
The second one seemed a lot more natural, that, happens a lot in this country.
That's exactly right. It was real. People really being killed in a real car accident, and it's something that really happens. It's not make-believe, and it's not much fun to watch. Well, I want to talk to you about real life and real driving and what can really happen to you, and something that you can really do about reducing the chances of getting killed. And no, I'm not going to lecture you. That didn't work with me either. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some things and let you draw your own conclusion. All right? All right, here we go. Now, to get into it, I'm going to need a volunteer, some tough, athletic-looking guy. This guy right here. Oh, this is a tough, athletic gun. All right, come on over here. Come here, perfect. I want to tell you something. Now, come here. I want you to do something for me. Now, listen, this guy's coming over here. I want you to get down in a running stance and then run right into him, okay? All right, so get down in the perfect Olympic running stance, all right? Now, you ready? Set, go! Yeah, and he stopped, didn't he? Now, he ran into something bigger and larger. You okay, Joe?
I think so.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
All right, good. Go sit down right over there. Now, this is Joe Greene of the famous Pittsburgh Steelers Steel Curtain Defense. No small guy. Huh? Now, what you've just seen is a prime example of Newton's law, or Joe Greene's law, if he wants it to be. It's really a law of physics founded by Sir Isaac Newton, and it's called the first law of motion. All right, the first law of motion says that a body remains in motion until acted upon by some outside force. And in the case of driving a car, it means if you hit something with a car, whatever you hit stops the car, but something else has to stop you. Now, our volunteer here ran into this big guy, and he stopped pretty hard, didn't he?
Yep.
Now, he was just going at human speed, and not even top human speed at that. Top human speed is about 25 miles per hour. What do you think would happen if I ran into this guy going a full 25 miles per hour? What do you think would happen? What do you think, Joe?
I'm not sure.
Well, I'll tell you one dang thing, I'm sure not going to find out. So, we had General Motors conduct a test to show us what would happen. Now, here is the Don Johnson dummy. See, you can, hey, I'm telling the jokes here. Now, you see, they're throwing this crummy, wrinkled linen jacket on him, so you know for sure it's me. General Motors uses these dummies in tests because they're very human-like. Now, what he's going to do is ride in this seat, which represents a car. It will hit a speed of 25 miles an hour down this track and stop abruptly at that speed and send Don Johnson into Joe Greene. This guy here made of 750 pounds of brick, to be exact. Okay, you ready, Joe?
I'm ready.
Let her rip. What'd you think of that, Joe?
I think that's a hit I'd rather not take. No, thank you.
Well, I heard that, buddy. I don't think either one of us would like that impact because the result would be serious injury or very likely death to both of us. Now think of that, at just 25 miles per hour. Now we want to show you what really happens inside a real car with that kind of impact. Here's our special test dummies again. Now we're going the same speed, about 25 miles per hour, into another car coming towards us at 25 miles per hour. The car stops, the dummies don't. And aren't you glad they're dummies instead of you? Now let's take a look at the same test with the camera inside the car. Pretend you're the driver. Now you might be thinking, hey, wait a second. Those are dummies. I could get my hands up and block the impact, right? If you're thinking that, take a look at this. In this test, an Australian rugby player wearing a seatbelt tried to hold on to a 30-pound doll at the impact speed of 30 miles per hour. You want to know what? He couldn't do it. Now here's our previous collision at actual speeds. Even if you had time to get your arms up, frankly, it wouldn't do a lot of good. Now let's look at that impact with one minor change. The dummies are wearing something that's sitting in nearly everyone's car, a seat belt. The car stops, you keep moving. Something's going to stop you. Is that something going to be a windshield or a steering wheel or a seat belt?
Seat belt.
Right on. And remember, none of the tests you saw were above 30 miles per hour, the speed limit on an average residential street. But now, wait a minute. Crashes are caused by accidents, right? And accidents are things that happen to poor drivers or careless drivers or drunk drivers, right? How many accidents are there really? There's not that many, really. You don't really see that many accidents, do you? I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's start down at this end, and every fourth person stand up. That's right, every fourth person. Stand up. Okay, good. Take a look around you. Pretend that this audience represents all the drivers in America. The people standing represent the drivers who will be involved in serious car accidents where personal injury or death occurs. Think about it. Yeah. It happens. It can happen. It does happen. And right now, it happens to 1 out of 4 American drivers. How well they come out of it can depend on that simple seatbelt. Now, the reason I'm talking to you doesn't mean that I think you guys are bad drivers. On the contrary, what you lack in driving experience, you may make up for in quicker reflexes, right? But you don't have to be a bad driver to be in an accident. If the other guy's a bad driver, that can do it. So I guess what I'd like to do is I'd like to put it to you this way. If you really like something, if you really, really like something, you take care of it? Heck yeah, you do. Do you like yourselves? How about it? You like yourself? Yeah. Sure you do, man. Of course you do. It's an exciting time right now. There's a whole life's adventure out there over the years. And it really helps to face that adventure when you like yourself. It's hard to like life or other people if you don't like yourself first. And we hope that you might just think of that simple act of buckling up a seatbelt. It's like saying, you know what? I like myself. I deserve to live. And I'm like you guys. I'm not afraid of life's chances. That's part of the adventure. Risk and reward. We take those life risks because there may be a reward. I risk my life path in a business where few succeed, but those who do get a big reward. And you know what? It feels real good. Real good. But it wasn't overnight, and it was a long shot. Our whole American system is based on risking money for a greater reward. And sometimes there's physical risk of, say, skiing down a steep slope or skydiving. But even then, there is the reward of exhilaration. Man, of feeling good you took that dare and succeeded with physical skill. Now, what is the reward of not wearing a seatbelt? Can't think of one. I can't think of one. All I see is risk. The very least risk is that in some states, you're going to be fined. And the very worst risk is that you are going to increase your chances of getting killed. Now, if just buckling up can take away from death's chances, let me tell you something, pal. I'm gonna do it. And by the way, I never found seatbelts to be a problem for things you might want to do in a car. If you get my drift. I'll tell you what, I'll show you a little example. For that, I'm gonna need a volunteer. wow, look at all these volunteers. I'll tell you what. Could you come down here? Step right down here. Come on, make way for her. That's the ticket. Sit right there. Buckle up. Whoa, this is where it gets X-rated. Okay. All right, now, you buckled up? All right, good. Good and tight there? All right. Now, so we're out on a date. Want to hold hands? All right, good. So we're out on a date, see? And we kind of like each other. And, oh, boy, you guys are a bunch of softies. And we've been to a movie, and we had pizza, and now we come to a stoplight, all right? And I look around, and nobody's looking. You know what? You look great in that seatbelt. Thanks for your help. Hey, listen, I want to thank you guys for watching and for maybe taking a little time to think about life and driving and how seatbelts can keep you happy at both. Now, this is a pretty nice sports car. I drive something like it on Miami Vice. And if you've watched the show, you know that we don't wear seatbelts when we're chasing around after the bad guys. There's a reason for that. It's because we work under very controlled conditions, and we're creating illusion. It just wouldn't work out so well if Crockett was wearing a seatbelt. It wouldn't be as exciting and dangerous. That's okay for Sonny Crockett, but not for me. Because this is my life. One I'm having a pretty good time with. And yep, I do it. Every time.